Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, of course, and Susan and I are back together again this weekend, reviewing a movie what was released last year, which really nobody knew about or even went to see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was. This one's called 65, um, by Sony Columbia Pictures, um, and they didn't do any promotion.
No.
Not one iota of promotion. I just don't understand these movie companies these days, and they wonder why movies flop at the box office. But it's this one stars Adam Driver. There's only four people in the cast, and two of the actors are the main cast. Adam Driver being the main one as the pilot of the spaceship called Mills. And it's a story of him transporting people across space in their cryogenic chambers. I don't know where they were supposed to be going, but they were going somewhere.
Kind
And
of
his
right
ship,
through our solar system.
yeah, and his ship hits an unknown asteroid belt, unexpected asteroid belt, and his ship crash lands on this planet, what uncharted planet, um, which turns out to be Earth.
Mm-hmm.
65 million years ago. That's where we get 65 from.
Yep.
Um, So it's a story of it's a story of survival and getting off the planet because, of course, he times it right. It's when the asteroid's going to hit
Right.
and destroy all life on Earth. Um, so yeah, that's the main basic theme of the movie. So now I'm going to go over to Susan with their opening thoughts of 65.
Okay. This would have really helped a lot of the people with conspiracy theories about being a seeded race on this planet had they actually stayed and survived. You know,
Uh-huh.
if there would have been a small population, like maybe 150, 200 people that descended from Koa and Mills, but they got off the planet. So then all we know now is that it's Adric in a spaceship on his way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That asteroid though looks pretty badass. That was fun. I watched Deep Impact and Armageddon and bunch of those, meteorite gonna strike Earth. It's as big as the Empire State Building. It's as big as the island of Manhattan. It's as big as Texas. And you know, they keep seeing these things coming towards us, and the methodology of trying to push the push it away or blow it up or fragment it so it doesn't cause as much damage is interesting because they do see that the one that hit 65 million years ago was enough to really wipe out life on the planet, except for very, very small life. There was little bits of narration in there, which I didn't know if you'd like. The part that I really had I had an issue with was like as far as I know, some of those dinosaurs were supposed to be around then. They were from earlier.
All right.
Like some of those had been through the Eocene and the Triassic and the Jurassic, uh, like that that sort of brokenness or whatever. Those
That's that
extinction
Hollywood.
experiences.
That's Hollywood not really doing their homework, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. But I guess you can say that that's kind of par for the course, I suppose,
Uh-huh.
because you want to have recognizable species so
Yep.
that you don't have to do a lot of explaining. Oh, you see, this is the Myosaur. This is the last living sort of platypus type dinosaur. You should see it 65 million years ago. Like that was one of the last ones, and there was a bunch of those in Montana. But there are these Jurassic ones from like 135 million years ago that had already been extinctified. I don't know
Mm.
what happens, but these things happen. But I mean, almost all of the genetic material for dinosaurs and reptile based life just kind of wiped out all in one fell swoop due to that asteroid. And I just watched a couple uh nonfiction stories about the way it went down, and I mean how within like the first 30 minutes or an hour there would be these tsunamis that would have gone out and pretty much done some major damage
Yeah.
on the other side of the Atlantic and at the other side of and because the isthmus of Central America was so small, on the other side of the Pacific as well. Within short order there was tsunami activity and stuff. So anyway. And but it was great. It was kind of like the fewest words possible. I mean, like the script was probably maybe 10 pages long is all. There wasn't much talking.
Well, yeah, because apart from the main character, the pilot,
Hmm.
he the other survivor was a small child who didn't speak his language,
Yep.
so he didn't really have he couldn't have really conversations that way.
Hmm.
Um, it was all drawings, wasn't it, and hand gestures and um, to make her understand what was going on.
Yeah.
But I quite like that.
Yeah.
It sort of made it sort of feel different, and to just have a small cast.
Yeah. Really small. Like there's like what, four
Yeah,
total in the whole movie?
yeah. With the mother and his daughter, who he left behind for
Yeah.
this mission, uh, a two a 2 year mission, and he was only doing it to make money to buy medicines for his daughter who was ill.
Right.
But we find out during the movie that she does die. So his
Yep.
mission was sort of a wasted journey when he could have spent time with his daughter and wife.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. I just don't. As I said at the beginning of this, I just don't understand these film companies who don't promote their work.
No.
It, you've got to promote. You've got to have merch.
Yeah.
Without those, it's got to bomb.
Yeah.
And more film companies are just not bothering to, get out there and give it some big thumbs up, and you know, I mean, and Sony does it quite a lot these days.
Yeah. It is sort of self-defeating. You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, spending all. I mean, it cost them. I think this was quite cheap to make this movie, 45 million.
Yeah.
That's all it took to make, but and I think it only raked in about 65 at the box office.
Oh.
Uh, but yeah, you've got to get behind your product and push it
A
out
little
there.
bit. Yeah. I mean, you assume that that's part of doing business. If you're in the business of making movies, do the business.
Yeah. I mean, I only knew about this movie because I saw, oh, maybe about 3 months ago or whatever, a trailer on YouTube for it. And I thought, oh, no, I've never heard of that movie. And it had already been at the theatres.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think it was released early on last year, maybe March, April time last year.
Wow.
So so come on, you film companies, get behind your products and push push it there for the consumers.
Yeah.
Go carry on. I interrupted you there anyway.
For crying out loud, that's
Yeah.
right. No, no, no. I I agree with you. Like,
You've got to get me. Look at Star Wars. They've got it right.
yeah, they do.
They push it and push it. They get it out there. This is our new baby.
Yep.
These are the toys.
Yep.
These these are the drinks and burgers you can get.
Huh.
These are the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to.
I
You,
mean, and if you don't, um if you aren't like supporting the actors that are doing the work,
yeah,
no wonder they went on strike.
true. Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
what?
they probably had a few bones to pick with the studios, right?
Yeah, I mean, what for the likes of this one, Adam Driver? What would? I wonder what he thought of. This is a new movie coming out. Nobody knows about it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
shouldn't. It shouldn't be solely on the actor to promote a movie.
Right.
Doing all the chat shows and the red carpets and whatever. It's down to the film company. They should promote it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digressed from the movie there.
Yeah, and this one was made by Sam Raimi, who's amazing. He does all those Evil Dead. He does all of that other stuff.
He's a
He's
producer, isn't he? Yeah.
he's a fantastic producer.
Mm.
Yeah,
And directed by two people, Scott Beck and Brian Woods. But I mean, it was great, great direction, and the scenery was amazing. I think the locations it was shot in Ireland.
oh wow.
The scenery in that lot, but yeah, it was. I would have liked more dinosaur action.
Yeah,
Personally, I agree with you about getting the time period right for the species of dinosaurs, but that doesn't take away the enjoyment of the movie for me.
yeah. Me
Um,
neither.
you've got to have a big son of a bitch dinosaur in these type of
Yeah,
things.
I mean a T-Rex is important, and a Triceratops and a Stegosaurus. I mean, like, those are necessary placements.
Mm. Um, but yeah, I would have liked a little bit more. I mean, when the dinosaur actually did happen, and it was great.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
especially with I think it the T Rex where he blinded it in one eye to begin
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
It remembered him.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a nice movie that you've got this race because we don't know where he's not a human because he's not from Earth, so he's not an Earthling. He's
yeah,
from another planet.
yeah.
So so to us, he is an alien.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Did
so
you
you've got
did you ever read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series?
oh
Okay,
years.
cause like there was a spaceship that crashed on planet Earth, uh, just before or just after the dinosaurs were extinctified, and like that 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 was the joke that they became our ancestors,
Yeah,
the Golga Frinchum, the bee fleet or whatever.
I was thinking though. when I was watching this. Oh look, they're getting off the planet. They're getting back there. They're going to get picked up later after the ice age. But what about all these archaeologists? What will be finding bits of
Spaceship.
spacecraft and bodies in cryogenic
Yeah.
chambers?
Yeah.
Um, I thought, oh yeah, right. So that could be another movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but for this movie, for Adam Driver and what's the young girl's name? Uh, where is it cast here?
Ariana Greenblatt.
But yeah, pulled it off really well.
Yeah.
You know, the way she was trying to get through to him, he was trying to get through to her,
Uh-huh.
but they were looking after each other.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And
and it was
communicating with hand gestures and stuff.
desperation and survival,
Hmm.
bringing them together. Uh, it really worked well with just that small cast
Yep.
because they could have had I don't know, maybe three more people in this survived the crash, but I think it wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. I mean, the effects for the dinosaurs were brilliant. Which these days, you know, thank you, Mr. Spielberg,
Yeah.
for that. You know, over 30 years ago.
Yeah. So good.
So we've come a long way since Jurassic Park.
And things are a heck of a lot better than they were in the 70s with Doctor Who and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of my questions though is, I mean, we know Adam Driver from another franchise,
Uh-huh.
don't we? What do you what do you make of him as an actor?
Well, he is doing a lot of different things. He's
Mm,
done a couple science fiction and he's done some an awkward relationship movie that was released I think 2 years ago,
mm,
and about being married and stuff and going through some really rough stuff with that. And I tend to like the way he reaches in and gets gets a dynamic performance out there.
mm.
Um,
Because sometimes, I mean, not all the time, but sometimes I find he has got a bit of an expressionless face.
oh,
You know, sometimes I don't. It might be just me when I watch these movies, but sometimes I think he's struggling to show a bit of emotion.
oh, maybe.
You know, or some people might say he's a bit wooden.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. That might be just me, the way some of his movies come across. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, I'd never heard of him before Star Wars, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
And he's gone, you know, gone from strength to strength since then.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, carry on, Susan.
And like the other things I liked is I liked the how you think that they're almost going to make it and everything. And then they get hit by a another passing meteorite, and that group of meteorites that was hitting the planet at the time was so dense.
Yeah.
I mean, there just wasn't any way for anybody to try and get off the planet right then.
But, well,
Not unless you had like something that could move you out of that time space area.
yeah. I mean, they were lucky with the dinosaurs turning up because the escape pod was upside down, so they wouldn't have been going anywhere.
Right.
So, so they had to be thankful for the dinosaurs turning up and sort of knocking it the other way.
Right.
Um, but when I was watching this, I had the feeling of because I said this was a highly advanced civilization traveling space. and turning up at Earth 65 million years ago, I got in my head, I got Battlestar Galactica. Same sort of theme, wasn't it? It was they were traveling the stars to find Earth,
Uh-huh.
and but they turned up at Earth in 1980.
Yeah.
So they were a highly advanced civilization traveling the stars way
Good.
back then.
Hmm.
So I like the idea of there is civilizations out there what are more advanced and have been for millions of years, and
And that,
we're just still infants.
yeah.
I like to think there is something out there like that.
Yeah, definitely. That was cool. That was that is a cool sort of, reference to the other thing that I liked is that they had medical gear, a lot of cool medical gear.
He had a lot of gear. He,
Yeah,
he, he produced what was it? He produced a shovel. He produced rope.
yeah,
He had a lot.
yeah,
But it, but it's not too long of a movie. It was an hour, 90 minutes.
right.
Um, and once you get into the story of it, the action of it, it flies by.
Hmm.
But as I say, it's a movie of survival and escape,
Yeah,
and I don't mind things like that. And I'd have had a few dinosaurs, which I would have liked more, but
yep,
I mean, for me, one of the great scenes is the geezer, the hot geezer with the dinosaur near the end of the movie.
yeah,
That was just burns its skin off, and
I know.
so just think what it could do to humans, just like that.
I know. That was amazing.
I mean, there's a few comedy things in there
Yeah,
with the bug. He slaps on the back and it's all sticky and he can't get it off his hand, so he puts it on the tree back, and then the tree stuck to his hand, and and when the young girl goes and ties the rope to a tree, she ties it to a tree.
yeah.
Uh, so, anything else we
Um,
haven't mentioned?
um, I love that first shot where it's like up above his head and her head, and they're looking down at that huge footprint.
Mm,
Because I mean, we still find those footprints,
yeah, yeah, you do.
so it would be really funny if we saw their little footprints in there.
You never know.
You never know.
But yeah, it's. I mean, this was a movie. What decided to watch and review in late on in the day.
Yeah,
I'm glad we did watch it and gave it a little viewing because, as I say, movies like this you miss. I'll
absolutely.
keep going, but if you don't promote, you're not going to get the viewers.
This one was definitely not promoted.
No, so I
Um,
sadly wonder why these movies fail.
yeah,
It's a strange world, the movie world these days. Because back in the day, the companies used to get behind every bit of every movie they used to produce.
yeah.
So I
And
don't know.
the trailers would be written on top of other movies. I mean, like that's what they used to do. Is like they'd put trailers on top of other movies. But now you go and you watch a movie on the internet, and doesn't come with opening trailers. You just go right into the movie.
Yeah, that's right.
They could go back to putting trailers on other movies.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you used to go to the theatre and sit there, and you'd have maybe a good 15 minutes of trailers
Yep,
before the main event.
yep.
So I don't know if they still do that now, but
They do, sure, but like the other thing is like, you know, streamers need to be able to see these things too.
mm, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was just random that you saw it. That's
Yeah,
good. I'm
yeah.
glad you did.
And then I thought, well, we'll do this one instead of what we couldn't find. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a interesting movie.
yeah.
So,
I'm
anything
glad it
else?
made its money back. That's really something good to hear.
Yeah, just.
Us, yeah. 45 to 65. That's it's not that much like leeway, but you know, whatever.
So they would class it as a major bomb.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. So anything else you want to say about 65?
Um, no, it was in keeping with a lot of uh movie tropes.
Yeah.
There was they use those tropes well. Like the kid was always trying to trying to be better and best and all that, and that's fun. And the pilot was always trying to actually rig something to work for him to make this thing all work and trying to get to the other part of the ship, which had
Yeah.
the part that would fly.
He was just focused. He was focused. He wanted off the planet
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he realized that the asteroid was coming in 12 hours' time.
yeah, serious. Yeah.
So okay then. What would you give this then? Your rating and final say.
I would give this 8 gigantic footprints out of 10.
Cool.
Yeah, it was something fun. And you know, I like Adam Driver. I sure hope they bring him back to the Star Wars universe as a Force ghost. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't stick around after he and Rey got mutually killed by Palpatine. I mean,
Hmm.
he brought her back and then he vanished. So if he became one with the Force, then boom, you know?
We will see in the new Star Wars movie, won't we?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna give this eight. Eight cryogenic chambers out of 10. Um, it would have been more if there was more dinosaurs in it. There was just, I mean, there was several dinosaurs in it, but for me, there was just not enough. I wanted hordes of them
Yeah.
running through the plains. Um, yeah, so eight out of 10 for this as well. It's a shame nobody saw it. So, but
Hmm.
we us who have, and
Yeah.
we've sat through it and we've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, you guys out there, if you've seen it, let us know. Leave a comment below. If you haven't seen it, go out there and see it. It's out there on all streaming sites now. Um, and come back then, leave a comment, say what you think of the movie. Um, if you like to join us, be on this little videos what we do every weekend. Leave a comment below on the video what you're watching. We're on all forms of social media, Facebook, X, Insta, and all that. We're all over the place. So if you see this video, just leave us a message. Um, and if you're watching it on YouTube, because I say we share the link all over the place. If you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just press the bell notification button and you'll get videos of you get notified every time we put one up. And if you do join us, please, you've got to be 18 plus. That's all we require, 18 plus. Because some of the stuff what we talk about, it's not PG.
Right.
It's not 15. It's 18 sometimes. So you need to be 18 just
Yep.
to be on the safe side. And all you need is a working camera and microphone on whatever device you use. So that's it. This cast is done and dusted. And it feels like we've been doing this for 65 million years.
Yeah, that's just because we're so old.
Because we're all dinosaurs. We're all fossils.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, but we like what we do. And I hope you lot out there do too. So until next time, be safe.